Morning, sixth grade. This week we're going to go into more detail about spending. Remember, we can spend, save, or invest. This week we're going to look at spending in great detail and see if we can find ways to become, more intelligent spenders. Today we're going to talk about needs. You've probably talked about needs and wants before, but we're going to look at them in really close detail and how it relates to our spending. The ideas we're going to explore today are we're going to explore our needs, who provides those needs, estimate the cost of some of the needs, and then also how might a need become a want. So you don't have to fill out anything on this slide. I'll prompt you on some of these slides. You're going to have to type some notes. So just wait and I'll let you know when you should do that. So we have a basic understanding of what needs are already, I would assume. It says, the slide says a need is anything that you must have to survive. And that's what most people understand as a need, the basic needs of food, water, and shelter. But also a need in our society is something we need to function productively as well. And that can go make that category of needs a little bit broader. So some needs are universal, meaning everybody has to have it to survive. So universal needs are like food, water, shelter, and even clothing, right? We have to have those things or we're not going to live very long. And then the thing that I want to talk more about are individual needs, though. Each of us individually have needs that, say, other people don't. Like right now, I have contacts in my eyes. If I don't have them, I can't hardly function. I'd be, right up on the computer screen the whole time. So we all have individual needs. So an individual need may be a need for you, but not a need for everyone. So some examples are like tools for a job, types of transportation, and access to information. Think about if I'm a carpenter, somebody who works with wood, if I don't have hammers, saws, things like that, I'm not going to be able to function in my job. Now, I won't die without those, but if my job is what I use to provide these needs up here, then I need these tools so that I can, function in my job. For example, even in this past year, a need for you as a student now has become internet access. It didn't used to always be that way, but now it's really hard for you to function as a student without internet access. So there are the universal needs of food, water, shelter, and clothing, but there's also individual needs that we have that other people might not, or maybe just a small group of people. Medications also fall under this. So another way to think about it too is that like a universal need of clothing, but the type of clothing can vary depending on where you live. If I live in, Alaska, the type of clothing that I need to survive is very different than if I live, say, in Florida. So I want you to wrap your brain around the fact that, yes, we all have the same universal needs, but also our individual needs come at different costs and different people need different ones. So I want you to take a moment on this fourth slide, and I want you to think of one of your universal needs. Obviously, we just said food, water, shelter, and clothing, but I want you to be more specific. So if it's food, talk about some type of food that you eat often that is a need. You have to have it. And then also tell me where you obtain that at. Does it come from a faucet? Does it come from a store? And then finally, try to estimate how much it costs. You may have to look online real quick. Then I want you to type one of your individual needs. Think of something as individual to yourself as possible. One of the example I gave was my contacts, my glasses. I need those. And I look around me and not everybody needs those. Some of you do, but not everybody does. So think about individual needs. Same thing, where you got it and how much it costs. Take a moment to do that right now, and then you can unpause the video and move on. So one concept that I really want to think about today is this: needs to wants. How can a need transform into a want? In our society, we're consumers, right? We take our money and we buy things with it. And companies have gotten really good at understanding that we do have needs, and they try to convince us that their product is a need. And if they can convince us, well enough, they can really overcharge for it. So what I've got here is I've got an example. We have to have water to survive. We know this. So here I have two examples of bottled water. When we buy water, we're trying to, supply that need that we have for water to survive. So here we've got bottles of water, and this pack sells for about half a cent per ounce. So every ounce of water in this is about half a cent. Fiji water, and this is also the price of a large pack when I was checking. It's not just the one bottle, but the picture there is. But it's 9 cents an ounce. So we're spending, some astronomical amount per ounce compared to what we can get it for somewhere else. So why is this? Well, obviously there's other things involved here that we'll spend up for. The packaging, the branding, things like that. And we'll talk about that in more detail throughout the week. But I just want to kind of give you a glimpse of how wide the price margin is. So basically for 1 ounce of this bottle here, one little sip of it, we can get an entire bottle of water over here. And yes, the quality of water may be different. We have to decide personally, is it, worth the money that they're asking for it? So it says, how can marketing and advertising use concepts of needs and wants to cause us to overspend? So I want you to think about this water bottle example. Why would anybody pay 9 cents per ounce, right? How does the Fiji company convince people to buy water at this price when we could get it at this price? Not saying that it's wrong or right, but why are people willing to overspend or spend a lot on this need when they can get it for so cheap? So back to the question, it says, how can marketing and advertising use concepts of needs and wants to cause us to overspend? So put that in simpler terms. How can a company convince us to overspend on our needs? How can a company convince us to overspend on our needs? I want you to type your thoughts here and then move on to the final slide. So when we want a higher quality or different brand of a need, they may grow closer to a want, right? I need water, but I really would like to have this fancy bottle and this, fancy brand over here. So when we do that, we're actually not necessarily buying a need. We're kind of spending more on things we just want to buy. We just want that brand. We want that water, that certain type. I want you to think about a time in your life when you might have overspent on a need. Maybe it's some type of clothing. Maybe it was some type of, something for your bedroom. Reflect on a time when you've transformed a need into a want. So think about a time when you might have overspent. If you can't think about a time when you have, maybe think about a time when you've seen your parents or a sibling or someone overspend on something that they just wanted the certain brand or something that they could have bought for cheaper. Briefly, just in a couple sentences, tell me about that experience here. When you get that done, you can click turn in and you are done for the day. Thanks for listening. We'll have another little activity dealing with needs tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.